If there's one thing that's becoming crystal clear as we look ahead to the new NFL season, it's that the Philadelphia Eagles are coming in hot, and their wide receiver room, absolutely terrifying. I mean, we already knew the Eagles were stacked. They just came off their second Super Bowl victory in franchise history. And while the headlines were all about their dominance and balance, let's not ignore a huge factor in that run: the guys catching the football. Last season, the Eagles didn't just get the job done. They made it look like a highlight reel every single week. Their wide receivers stepped up in clutch moments, dominated one-on-one matchups, and put defenses on skates all year long. And now, with off-season evaluations pouring in from every corner of the football world, the word is officially out: this wide receiver group might just be the most dangerous in the entire league, according to a deep dive breakdown by Pro Football Focus, which graded every receiving corps in the NFL. The top spot didn't go to Kansas City, it didn't go to Buffalo, and it didn't go to Miami. It went straight to Philly. That's right. PFF handed the crown to the Eagles after calculating a team receiving grade of 79.1 last season, and honestly, it's hard to argue with that number when you break down what this group has done and what they're capable of. Let's start with the alpha of the bunch, A.J. Brown. He came into the season with expectations sky high, and somehow, he still managed to exceed them. Over 1,000 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns, and week after week of physical, dominant play on the outside. Whether it was short yardage slants or deep sideline routes, Brown made opposing defensive backs look like they were playing catch-up from the snap. He brings that perfect blend of strength and speed that every team dreams of. But few can actually defend. Then there's Devonta Smith, the technician. The guy who just knows how to get open. He may not have hit the 1,000-yard mark last year, but make no mistake, his impact was massive. 8 touchdowns and over 800 yards through the air. And that's in an offense where he shares targets with another top-tier receiver. Smith's footwork, his hands, his route running, it's all elite. The kind of player who turns a simple out route into a first down and keeps drives alive when it matters most. And now enter Jahan Dotson, not a name that got a ton of buzz early on, but let's be honest, that's about to change. He only started in 6 games in his debut year with the team, but what he showed in that limited action was enough to raise eyebrows across the league. Quick, smart, and dangerous after the catch. Dotson looks like the kind of player who could explode in year 2. He's not just a depth piece. He's a legitimate weapon who rounds out this trio perfectly, and when you line up those 3 together, you've got mismatches all over the field. But what makes this group even more terrifying is the context. It's not just the receivers lighting it up, it's that they're part of a fully loaded offense. You've got Saquon Barkley, a top 2 running back by PFF standards, chewing up yardage on the ground and keeping defenses honest. You've got a tight end like Dallas Goedert, ranked 8th in his position, who can punish teams in the middle of the field. All of this means that defenses can't just double-team Brown or drop back into coverage. They have to pick their poison. And more often than not, they're choosing wrong. That's the thing with Philly right now. Their offense is balanced to the point of being unfair. Stack the box to stop Barkley and you're leaving world-class receivers in single coverage. Drop everyone into coverage and Barkley's going to gash you for 5 yards a carry. This is an offensive coordinator's dream and a defensive coordinator's nightmare. And the way this receiver corps is constructed, they're going to make teams pay for every single mistake. It's easy to get lost in the buzz of the offseason. Every fan base is optimistic. Every team has its breakout candidate, and every quarterback is more comfortable with the playbook this year. But what sets the Eagles apart isn't just the hype, it's the production. They're not selling dreams, they're bringing receipts. They've got players who have already proven they can dominate on the biggest stage. A.J. Brown didn't disappear in the playoffs. Devonta Smith made huge plays in clutch moments. This isn't speculation, this is reality. And the scary part, they might be even better this year. Chemistry only improves with time. Jahan Dotson is likely to take on a bigger role, and if he delivers even a fraction of what we think he's capable of, this trio could be unstoppable. You're looking at a team that's not only returning its core, but doing so with momentum, experience, and a chip on its shoulder, because even after winning the Super Bowl, they're hearing the chatter. People saying the competition is catching up, that maybe the Eagles can't repeat, that other teams have made bigger offseason moves. But inside that locker room, they're not buying it. They know what they've got. A lethal air attack, a ground game that punishes, and a quarterback who's grown into a true leader. All the pieces are there, and when those pieces start clicking in sync, you get fireworks. And speaking of fireworks, let's not forget just how explosive this team was last season. They didn't just win, they blew teams out. Big plays, long touchdowns, third down conversions that broke the opponent's will. Week after week, they turned games into statements, and at the heart of all of it, this wide receiver group, making defenses look silly and putting up numbers like it's nothing. Look, the NFL is a league of parity every year. Teams rise and fall, injuries happen, surprises emerge. But if you're going into the new season trying to figure out who's the team to beat, all signs point to Philly. And it's not just because of their rings or their stats, it's because of how they're built. Physical, fast, disciplined, deep, and that receiver room, that's the engine. That's the piece that turns this offense from very good to absolutely terrifying. You give this group a clean pocket, and it's over. They'll carve you up in the short game, beat you deep, stretch the sideline, own the middle. Whatever you give them, they'll take. And once they get rolling, good luck slowing them down. The Eagles aren't just hoping to contend, they're coming to dominate. And this receiver trio is the biggest reason why. When you dive deeper into what makes the Eagles' wide receiver group so formidable, it's not just about individual talent. It's about how they fit together in the bigger picture of this offense. A.J. Brown's ability to win contested catches and break tackles forces defenses to respect his presence on every snap. Devonta Smith's precision route running and quickness create separation, even against the best cornerbacks in the league, and Jahan Dotson, with his blend of speed and savvy, adds a layer of unpredictability that keeps opponents guessing. Together, they form a triad that is difficult to scheme against because each player brings a unique skill set that complements the others perfectly. This trio benefits from a quarterback who has steadily improved under pressure. The Eagles' signal caller has shown remarkable poise and accuracy, consistently delivering the ball where only his receivers can get it. His growth in reading defenses and adjusting protections means the wide receivers get more opportunities in advantageous situations. When a quarterback trusts his receivers and they return that trust with spectacular plays, it elevates the entire offense to a new level, and this is exactly what we saw last season. A connection that was as reliable as it was explosive. It's also important to highlight the role of coaching in maximizing this talent. The offensive staff has crafted a scheme that doesn't just showcase star players, but also builds in layers of complexity to keep defenses off balance. They use motion, formations, and clever play designs that put the wide receivers in position to exploit matchups and create separation. The emphasis on timing routes and quick decision-making allows these players to use their athleticism to full effect, turning short completions into big gains and stretching defenses vertically. When needed, the Eagles' ability to run the ball effectively with Saquon Barkley opens up the play-action game, which is lethal when paired with a wide receiver group this skilled. Defenses have to respect Barkley's power and vision, which in turn creates space for receivers to find openings in coverage. The constant threat of a run forces linebackers to stay honest, preventing them from creeping too close to the line of scrimmage and giving receivers more freedom in the passing game. This balance between run and pass has been a cornerstone of Philadelphia's success, and will likely remain so as they aim to defend their title. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a development that's sparking whispers across the league, murmurs have begun to circulate suggesting that defensive end Josh Sweat may be having second thoughts about his departure from the Philadelphia Eagles. While nothing has been confirmed officially, sources close to the situation hint that Sweat has privately expressed regret over his decision to part ways with the team that drafted him and helped shape his NFL career. Sweat, who spent the formative years of his professional journey in Philadelphia, quickly became a fan favorite and a key contributor to the Eagles' formidable pass rush. Known for his explosive first step and relentless pursuit of the quarterback, he blossomed into one of the team's most dependable defensive players. His departure raised eyebrows when it happened, not necessarily because it was unexpected, but because of how well he seemed to fit in both the locker room culture and the defensive scheme. Now, just months after the move, insiders suggest that the grass may not be greener on the other side. Several reports indicate that Sweat has confided in former teammates and friends about missing the camaraderie, structure, and competitive atmosphere in Philadelphia. The Eagles' passionate fan base, renowned for their unwavering support and brutal honesty, likely made a lasting impression, one that's hard to replicate elsewhere. Of course, players often need time to adjust after changing teams, and moments of nostalgia or doubt are only natural. But the tone of the speculation implies more than just casual homesickness. There's talk that Sweat feels his current situation doesn't align with the career trajectory he envisioned, and that the chemistry he once had with the Eagles coaching staff and fellow defenders is proving difficult to recreate. Whether this will lead to any concrete developments remains to be seen. The NFL is a business, and reunions, while not impossible, are rarely simple. Still, with the Eagles always on the lookout for ways to fortify their defensive line, and with Sweat reportedly open to the idea of a return, the possibility, however remote, is enough to stir excitement among fans. For now, it remains just that, a possibility, but in a league driven by whispers and what-ifs. The idea of Josh Sweat once again donning midnight green may not be as far-fetched as it once seemed. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.